The night I drove into Marrow's Bend, the sky felt too close. The town sat thin under a low moon, a diner sign, a water tower, a row of porch lights. I had come to leave a noisy life behind. I did not expect rules. On my first morning, May, my landlord, handed me a folded paper. "Read it," she said. "We keep to it." Her hands were rough. Rule 1. Keep a steady light after dark. Rule 2. Answer every knock, even if no one stands there. Rule 3. Never feed birds. Never meet a crow's eye. Rule 4. Lock the cellar at dawn. Rule 5. On the 6th night, close shutters and do not speak. I thought them quaint. I kept the lamp steady. I salted my threshold, because May showed me how. For a while the rules felt like manners. The wind in Marrow's Bend moved like a slow animal. People spoke short. "We do it so the past does not come hungry," the mail carrier said once. Then the crows arrived. They gathered on the wires and watched the street like judges. Mr. Clay spat and warned, "Don't let them see what you left." He meant the space inside you where something used to be. A paper slid under my door one damp morning. It held 3 numbers, blunt and black. Neighbors read those numbers like weather, a count, miss your chances, and something hollows inside you. I felt hollow first as a missing note in a song. The ledger in the post office made the rules real. I found my name printed there beside a date 2 years earlier. Beside it, returned. The clerk barely looked up. "People come back," she said. "Sometimes they remember. Sometimes they don't." After that, the rules felt like a contract. On the 6th night, the town shut up. Shutters latched. May tied a rag over her mouth. We did not speak. At midnight, a slow tapping moved down the street, measuring porch boards. I cracked a window and whispered the town's name once. The tapping stopped. For a moment, I smelled old rooms and unopened mail. The town exhaled. Dreams followed. A long road, a paper with my name, a crow stealing the ink. I woke with palms empty and a hollow where memory should be. The rules had become stitches. They held, but they also tugged. I decided to leave on the 7th dawn after my name appeared in the ledger. I packed and walked the road with the sun at my back. For a while the road felt free. Then the crows rose and tracked the hedges like punctuation. Papers clung to posts, and the wind carried names. At the town edge, May waited with a folded sheet in her hands. "You cannot leave on a 7th dawn," she said. "It leaves a seam." "What happens?" I asked. She looked at the ledger as if touching a scar. "Things climb through seams. We had a child who ran. He never learned to keep his name." I walked back. I could have argued, run at dawn, risked the seam. But the thought of something slipping through and finding others felt like a selfish flame. The rules had teeth and purpose, to keep what liked gaps from crawling in. After I returned, life shrank gently. I learned to count my steps across the porch, so I would not lose the line of who I was. I learned to say the town's name 3 times when the wind forgot it. I never fed the crows. I locked the cellar at dawn. Months passed, and my name sat in the ledger between others like a bead. Some nights the road called, and leaving tasted like clean glass. Other nights the town's steady light soothed like a hand. I trade a small freedom for a certain shelter. The rules are strict, but they are a kind of care. If you find a place off any map with a neighbor who offers rules folded in paper, think of ledgers and seams. Some towns hold you to keep you from being hollowed. Some towns hold you because they remember how much it costs to let people leave. Now I sit with a lamp that breathes steady. The crows watch from the wires. I count my steps and say the town's name softly 3 times. If Marrow's Bend asks anything of me, it asks simple things: light, response, salt, shut shutters. The town keeps its seams stitched. I stay because the cost of the road at dawn could be worse for the rest of them. This is the way we survive here. One night, I woke to a sound like fingernails on old wood. It was not a knock. It was the counting of names. I sat up and felt my heart pound. Outside the curtains, a shadow walked slowly along the fence. It stopped and tapped 3 times. I thought of the paper with numbers and the ledger. I slipped into the hallway and answered the porch boards with my steps, loud and clear. The shadow paused. A gust carried the smell of old rooms and unopened mail. I whispered the town's name once. The shadow eased away. At the post office, I found a photograph from years past. Faces leaned into the frame. I recognized the diner and the tower, and a person who looked like me. Beneath that smiling face, a date was written that did not match my memory. The rules, I realized, were the town's language of memory. They reminded the place who it had and who it might lose. They kept a careful account so the town would not forget which names belonged. After that, I slept with one hand on the lamp. I obeyed with clear purpose. The rules were no longer quaint. They became the map I had to follow to remain whole. They were a strange kindness and a kind of prison. I learned to stay,